March 8th. I'm just checking. Good morning. It is Monday, March 8th, 2021. My name is Terry Morgan, and we're here to practice Tai Chi. I have a little bit of a change that I'm going to make this morning, and I'm hoping, going to be beneficial. It's certainly going to be beneficial for me in teaching. The change is that on Monday, today, we're going to focus on the external movements from Yang style Tai Chi. I'm going to do this for 8 weeks. On Tuesday, we're going to focus on the internal work from the same movements that I've introduced on Monday. Okay? Same basis. Monday I'm going to focus on the external work. Where's the foot position? Where are we going to put the hands? What's the body alignment like? How do we step? Where's the stepping method, right? All of the things that are related to the physical outward appearance of the movement on Monday. On Tuesday, same movements. Whatever I'm going to introduce today, we're going to see it again tomorrow. But instead of the focus on the physical movement, I'm going to put the focus on what we're doing internally. We talk about the energy, the physics, the real world physics, not pie in the sky, something else. Real world physics. The internal energy as we understand it through traditional Chinese medicine. Also very important. The qi, the breath, how that connects through and with the movement. Those things we'll present on Tuesday. So something to look forward to tomorrow. Today, Monday, we're going to focus on the physical movements. We're going to do this for 8 weeks based on Yang style Tai Chi. And then I'm going to switch and I'm going to present the same basic idea. Monday the physical movements, Tuesday the internal work. But instead of Yang style Tai Chi, I'm going to use Wudang style Tai Chi. And that's going to go for about 12 weeks. What I hope is at the end of that 8 weeks for Yang style and the end of that 12 weeks for Wudang style, everybody who has been through those 8 or 12 weeks will have a pretty good understanding of the basis for movement, the theory of movement in the form. How do we move? Why do we do certain things in a certain way? That basis. As well as several moves, as well as a reasonable understanding, a getting acquainted understanding of applications and push hands. So it's an ambitious schedule. 8 weeks is not a long time, but I think with this structure, I'm adding little structure to what I'm presenting. I think with this structure, it will make it easier for me to present a coherent lesson. What happens, what's happened when I switch back and forth? I'm going to talk about this because it matters. Just a little bit. All right, when I switch back and forth, so Monday is Yang style, Tuesday is Wudang style, my ability to maintain continuity from one class to the next is a little fuzzy. Now, could I adjust myself so that that's not happening? Sure, I could. But this is a more coherent presentation. I'm going for the more coherent presentation. right? There are, again, there are choices to be made in how I'm going to present things. This is one of them. As we get more advanced, once we get past this introductory level of saying, and this is again why I have this advanced idea that's coming up. So once we get past this introductory level, we start to pay attention a lot more to the character of the form. Not the specific movements, not the details of this or that posture or this or that position or this or that transit or whatever it is. It's the character. What is the character? How does that character present itself? We want to get to that point. It's step by step. The first step is the outward form. Okay? So I'm going to show just a little bit of what I'm talking about after the coffee. I'm going to show just a little bit, repeat that. I'm going to show just a little bit of what I'm talking about with the idea that we have a little bit more structure. Okay? At the beginning of Yang style, we have ward off left side and ward off right side. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to ward off on the left side and I'm going to turn and I ward off on the right side. Okay? Ward off left side, turn, ward off right side. This idea of ward off is one of the 13 postures of Taiji. It's fundamental. We also have, within the same movement, left hand ward off, right hand pull down, another of the 13 postures. So as we are at the beginning, raise the hands. This is not one of the 13 postures. This is an opening that is particular to Yang style Tai Chi. There are other teachers that use a different opening. This is the one that I learned from Yang Jindo, and this is one I'm going to use. I learned a separate one from Huang Wei Lun. That's more here. And I'm already set into my stance before I start. So, which system? What kind of Yang style? Which methods? Right? I just talked about ward off and pull down. How do we do that? How does that fit into the form? And what is the physical basis behind what we're doing? Ward off, pull down, that's a little more the energy work. So I'm going to talk about that a little bit more tomorrow. It's important to understand that as we step out, this is beginning introduction, so I got to talk more, okay? As we step out, this is not empty. This is not my hands waving each other, right? The whole body works together for that step. There's substance here. If you were to push on my arm, it won't go anywhere. I guarantee you it won't. That's ward off. How do we do that? It's tomorrow's lesson from the internal work. For the external work, we're going to do that today. Now, as we get started, I've also talked about the need to warm up. I'm going to feet about shoulder width apart here. There are several kinds of warm-ups that we can do. I'm going to do 2 for this session. We're going to do, each time we're going to do the same 2 sets. Okay? My focus is on limbering up the whole body. So we get ready to do something nice and easy. And then the weight transfer. How we transfer the weight in Tai Chi matters. Our stepping methods matter. So we're going to focus on that idea of how we transfer the weight and the stepping method. Alright, feet about shoulder width apart. Bend the knees just a little bit. Relax through the waist, relax through the hips, relax through the upper body. Shoulders are down and relaxed, hands circle to the front. And there is some internal work that goes with this, but I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. Today, hands circle to the front, up along the center line. Pull up along that center line, reach up, and then reach out over the legs. Let the hips roll over the legs. This is not the waist bending, this is the hips rolling over the legs. Okay, so your knees are bent. Feet are firmly planted. Pull up from under the ribs. Find the muscles under your ribs. Find where they connect to the upper part of your hip. Basic anatomy. You got to know it. Keep going. Find those muscles and pull up. That effort to pull up opens the hip joint. Keep going. 3 more. And gives you the ability to extend out over the legs using the hip. Again, my waist is engaged. But what's taken me over is keeping my hip up and supported so that the joint is open and relaxed. Two more. Pull up. The more you pull up, the easier it is to roll over the legs. It is. Pull up here. Pull up through the abs. Everything's still pulling up. One more. Shoulders have to stay down. Okay, so as much as you're pulling up through the lower part of your abdomen and from under the ribs, you need to hold the shoulders down so they don't creep up. And hands return to your sides. Alright, so shoulders are here. Shoulders should not be here. No. Here. Okay? As we reach up, the shoulders have to stay down. No. Shoulders are down. Okay? This is down. This is up. My arm over here, this is my shoulder over here. Shoulder stays down, arm goes up. They're separate. They work together, but they're separate. Okay, and this is something that I'm going to stress quite a bit here at the very beginning. It is imperative that you understand at least a basic level your own anatomy. Where's my arm? Where's my leg? We don't think about this unless if you're an athlete, you think about it a lot. But normal adults We get out of the, let's compare how long my arm is with all the kids next door so that we can say, well, my arm's longer than your arm. We get over that and we stop paying attention to which body part is doing what, which muscle is doing what, unless we get hurt or something happens. Tai Chi asks us to pay attention to your body parts. You can't learn to any level of proficiency if you don't know your own basic anatomy. I have 3 muscles. There's 3 muscles back here. It's not one. There's 3. And there's a bunch of little ones up in here that help to control my leg. More control for my leg comes from up here under my ribs and this area in my back. That's where it comes from. Now, if you don't know your anatomy, if you don't know your basic physiology, what your body is doing, how it works, where your body parts are, how are you going to find those muscles for that control? I drive a 5-speed. I've driven a stick forever. Alright? I have brake, I have the clutch, brake, gas pedal, 5-speed. It's automatic for me to shift. I know where the gears are. I know what they all do. I know what the pedals do. I know what the gears do. I know it's bad to go from 5th to reverse. Really bad. Don't do it. Alright? So, with your own practice, with your own body, you have to know your physiology. There's no which control do I need to do this particular thing? Well, if you're watching my hand over here, I needed my shoulder, I needed the trapezoid muscles in my upper back, I needed my elbow, I needed a little bit of the bicep here, and I needed the fine control in my hand. Oh, yeah, as I said at the beginning, it's not floppy hands and just wave this around and do whatever. It's not Tai Chi. Tai Chi has mindfulness, it has grace, and it has a purposeful effort in every move that we do. There's intent behind everything we do. There's purpose behind everything that we do. It's not, yeah, whatever. Okay? So, walking set. Talked about the feet, weight transfer. We're going to do 2 things. Feet a bit wider than shoulder width. Bend the knees. This is a very high horse stance. Okay? I go lower. But it's not what I want to talk about this morning. Right? You come to class on Wednesday, we'll do this lower. Right? What we want is enough difference between standing here and here that you feel it through your legs. I want we want to feel it through the legs. You should feel this right here. Alright? Bend the knees. Sink. Sit as if there was a chair. There's no chair. As if there was a chair behind you so that you drop open your back. Sink. Open right here. So, if I'm here, right? Let me try this here. I stand here, as I open and drop. You should have been able to see what happened with my hands. That's what we want. Feet about twice as wide as shoulder width, give or take. Knees bent, sink into it. Transfer all of your weight to your left leg. I'm going to my right, you go to your left. All of your weight to your left leg. Your extending leg over here. Here's your weight. This has 2%, maybe. Everything's over here. Now push down and into this leg as you transfer over to your other leg. Push. Push hard. And release it. Now this leg has all the weight. Your right leg, we're facing each other. I'm going to mirror you on this one. Right leg has all the weight. Left leg has just enough that it's still on the floor. Push into your right leg. Push down and that way. And do it again. Down and across. Push again. Down and across. Down and across. Push again. Down and across. And yes, there is more than down and across going on in this move. Right now, push down and send your weight to the other leg. Push down, send your weight to the other leg. Push down, send your weight across. Push down and back across. And yeah, you could, this is an application that we have. Shoulder is an application. So is the elbow. Down and across. Down and across. One more. Down and across. All right, rest for a second. This transfer, sand from an hourglass, one to the other. Each one fill and empty. Fill and empty. That cycle is yin and yang. That cycle is one of the fundamental elements of Tai Chi practice. Full and empty. Breathe in, breathe out. Open and close. Advance, retreat. These are all fundamental complements. They're not opposites, they're complements. Both exist. Both must exist. This is the nature of yin and yang. They always are together. They're separate, but they're joined. You can't have yang without yin. Yin isn't there without yang. Both have to exist. You can't breathe in and not breathe out, right? You can't breathe out and not breathe in. This one and the other follows everything that we do in Tai Chi. All right, stepping method. I'm going to show this coming toward the camera so you can see what my feet are doing maybe a little more clearly. I'm going to go sideways, and then I'm going to check and see which is going to be the best way to practice this. I've done it going across this way in the past, and that seems to work reasonably well. So that starting position, feet about shoulder width apart, shift onto the left, my right toes go to 45. All my weight onto the right, that weight transfer that we just practiced, bring the left foot through, place the heel, transfer the weight. This is back to front transfer, right? Turn the front foot, toes, 45. So I'm here, I'm shift back, turn the toes, step through again. Okay, this idea, forward and back, this rocking motion forward and back is something that we actively use in Tai Chi. Right? We have multiple skills. I talked about this idea of ward off, pull down. If I'm coming back, I'm shifting back, I can use pull down. That's the direction that I want to go. You want to go this way? Let's go this way. All right? So we use this forward and backward. We want to pay attention to timing. We want to pay attention to keeping it smooth and consistent. And for what we're doing here, this is from Yang style, so our step is a little bit bigger than it might be for Wu style or Wudang style. So just a little bit, not a lot. If you're not an expert, you're not going to notice it. Okay? So let's go this way, as if you were standing right here with me. Put your hands wherever you would like. I'm going to keep them right here in front. Just simple. Okay? Because we're not using hands with this. Shift the weight to the left. Right toes open to 45. Shift the weight onto the right. Stay centered, bring the left leg through, place the heel, push through, transfer the weight, and shift back, open the toes, step through, place the heel. As you place the heel, look for the floor. Look for the floor with your toes. Grab the floor. Grab the floor. Grab the floor with your toes. Yes, you should. And then push. Shift back. Step through. Shift back. Step through. Shift back. One more. Step through. All right. These three methods, this stretch, shifting the weight, and our walking, I'm going to continue to present at the beginning of class for the next 8 weeks. Okay. Each time, I'm going to try and refine it a little bit, try and add just a little bit more information about what we're doing internally, as well as pointing out the external things, the physical body things that we need to pay attention to. Just as during our stretches, I was calling out the need to, and I'm going to do this from here so you can see it. Here's my hip. My waist is here, top of the hip is here. Here's my leg. Leg is right here. Okay? I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna just put my thumb. Fist is better. Fist on the top of my leg. Fist at the top of my hip. Notice my back's flat. No? Yes. This is what works. Think about a 1950s era action figure, right? Where you can bend at the legs. This is what we want. We want this. Alright, from these basics, we're going to add a little bit from the first part of Yang style. Now, I had been introducing quite a bit. For the purpose of this session, these next 8 weeks, I'm going to try and limit that a little bit more than what I was doing, right? So we had several movements, and I was talking about how we can transition from this one to these other 2 or these other 3. This is a very good topic for a different class. For this class, what I want to pay attention to as I'm making these changes today, what I want to pay attention to is the fundamental movements that demonstrate both the character of the form, Yang style Tai Chi, as well as those which give us several of the basic postures, the basic 13 postures from Tai Chi. I call this out at the opening: ward off, pull down, ward off, pull down. We also have another version of ward off, pull down, press, and push. 4 of the 13 postures. So I want to focus a little bit on that, as well as this idea that Tai Chi moves, that we've got this rolling sense of I'm going somewhere and there's motion involved. Just watch for a minute. So, it's my opening, all right? What else? We just talked about this. I'm gonna keep going, just bear with me. If you've been following me, you've seen this set before, up to a point. Right? Brush knee. That's the first part of Yang style Tai Chi, traditional Yang style. It's not perfect. Me going a little bit quick, just give you an idea of what's there. Alright, within all of this, we have several moves I just called out. Ward off, roll back, press, and push from 13 postures. We have brush knee, which stepping method, watch my feet, alright? That stepping method that we just did, that's right here. And this posture, brush knee, gives us not only opportunity to look at how our stepping method works in practice, right? How am I going to use this method to travel? How am I going to get from one point to another? Feet only. Right, now I just did this, and I'm not going to do brush knee with my hands. I'm just going to use feet. Right? Step through, step through. Oh, yes we can. Alright? That gentle rocking ability, that gentle, I'm going to transfer the weight, and I'm going here, and now I'm going here, and I'm going to take my whole body with me, means that when we decide to go, we can go. I want to introduce this with the idea that, we're here with fundamentals, but anybody getting started, where am I going with this? Where's this going to take me? Getting started is great, but I want to do some of the fancy stuff. I saw some fancy videos over here. I won't be able to do the fancy stuff over here. Well, you get to the fancy stuff from the basics. Alright? So, we're going to get started, and I'm going to go slowly, but I'm going through the whole thing. Alright? Relax. Don't worry if you got it right or not. Don't worry if you got it right or not. We're going to go through this several times. Don't worry if you got it right. Feet together, stand straight. I haven't given the salute yet, so just open. Raise your arms. Press your palms down. Shift the weight onto the left leg. The right hand comes up. Right toes turn out. Shift to the right. Step forward. This is that ward off, pull down. Shift back. Turn. Left hand is up, right hand is down, step through. Same move, ward off, pull down. Different side. Turn, outside, pull down. Yes. Now press, palm against the forearm, shift forward, shift back, hands open, and close. Turn the palms flat, turn the waist, turn the foot, turn the waist again. Right hand comes out, left hand comes up, left hand opens, right hand goes back. Single whip. Both hands down, left toes turn to 45, both hands up. Upper hand at your nose, lower hand at your chest. Turn, hand circle, big circle. Open, right hand up, left hand down, on your left toes. Another circle, left hand out, right hand down. Look behind you and step. Brush knee. Reach out, step up, right hand down, left hand up. Turn again. We're going to brush knee again. And again. Reach out again. Step up. Right hand down, left hand up. One more. And I have to step back. Shift back. Right hand holds a fist. Down. Both hands together. Hands separate. Step through. Punch. Shift back. Push. Turn. Hands big. Big circle. Hands cross in front. Palms open. press down, close foot. All right, this is a lot for one sequence, right? It's a lot. We're going to do it again. The idea here is that you want to relax, follow the flow. Follow the flow of the moves. Just, even if at this moment you do not understand, and I don't expect anybody to, you do not understand exactly what you're doing, follow the flow of the move. Open and close, open and close. Make it gentle, make it easy, make it clear. Open and close. Salute at the beginning, feet together. Right hand holds a fist in the left palm. Both hands up, out, return, and down. Feet together. That's rude. Bad manners. This is polite. Be polite. Stand straight. Feet together. Salute. It's good to be polite. Or try. Pay attention to the physical movements. Just relax. Focus on that idea of open and close as we go through. It will give you what the next movement should be. Transfer the weight to the right. Open the left. Center. Arms up. Open. Arms down, close, shift, and open, shift, and close, open, close, open, close, open, close. Open and close. Open and close. Open, close. Open, close. And I know that looks opposite. Close and open. Open and close. Open, close. Follow the movement. Relax. Shift, step through. Shift, step through. Relax. Step under and up. One more. Shift back. Deflect downward. And you can't see my hands. Turn. Palms up. Press down. Straighten the knees. Close. Salute. All right, again, this is a lot. This is going to repeat for the next 8 weeks, twice a week. Over that period, it should become extremely comfortable. This whole sequence should become extremely comfortable. I'm going to make some adjustments right now. I'm going to do it again so that the stepping stays within the frame that I have. Well, just a little bit smaller step. Okay? Not a big change. Feet together. Stand straight. Pay attention to the physical movements. Don't worry about any of the breathing. Don't worry about any of the changes that we will ultimately pay attention to. Right now, just pay attention to the outer physical form. Feet together, salute, right hand into the left palm. Open the left, center over both legs, arms up, press the palms down. Shift left, open right. Close, step through, open, and close. Open and close. Open, close. Open and close. Open and close. Open and close. Open and close. Open, 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 close. Open and close. Open and close. Open and close. Open and close. This concept, open and close, transfer the weight. This rhythmic transfer, I've made it explicit in today's lesson. It should be. It's fundamental to our Tai Chi practice. This turning and shifting, moving and transferring the weight as we work through each posture, as we work through each transition, is one of the basics of Tai Chi practice. We have Fa Jing, we have extending the energy. We have a number of strength building practices. It's not all this nice, easy, let's get started kind of stuff. We have a lot more. But without these foundations, none of it works. None of it's useful. I can talk about using the waist in driving a movement. I can talk about using the opposing, complementary, if you will, energies of yin and yang in the lower Tantian to extend the energy into a movement. But if you don't understand the fundamentals, if you don't understand that there is such a thing, first of all, and secondly, how to access it, you're not going to understand what I'm talking about. The beginning level of understanding what we're doing internally is the outward movements with this idea of open and close, open and close. Transfer the weight, move to the next, transfer and move. This rhythmic transfer, along with the turning, along with all kinds of other things, some of which I'm going to talk about tomorrow, give us the art of Tai Chi. It's not flap your hands from the elbows and see what you can do with this, right? Wing Chun, another art completely different than what we're doing, asks the practitioner to pay attention to using the forearm. It's fundamental for that practice, not for this one. Here we want the whole body. I'm going to talk a little bit more about breathing. I'm going to talk a little bit more about the internal workmanship, the internal energy in tomorrow's session. For right now, review one time this idea of nice and easy. You can watch or you can come with. Nice and easy, relaxed, easy going, back and forth, open and close. Now I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to talk about it this time. I'm just going to go. I'll mention change. I'll say change as we go through the postures. Okay? Feet together, stand straight, salute. Open, center, begin. Relax and change. And change. And change. Change again and again. Shift back. Push. Easy. Great grandma's rocking chair. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. That swing set you used to love when you were a kid, that one. Nice and easy. Just rock back and forth. Nice and easy. Shift the weight. Follow through. Shift the weight. Follow through. Step up. And one more. Shift back. And step. Nice and easy. Even if it's not clear yet, it's okay. Step and center. Close. Salute. I'm going to say this. I've talked about how we learn in different ways. For this session, don't worry about you got this movement perfect, you got that movement. We're going to go over it enough times, you'll be good. You'll be good by the time we're done. All right? Right now, I want the takeaway for this class to be this nice, easy, I'm going back and forth. It's nice and comfortable. It's the swing, the favorite swing you had when you were a kid. It's the great-grandma's rocking chair that you still have, right? Great-grandma's rocking chair, yeah. All right, that easy back and forth. Focus on that right now. We're going to add a whole lot more detail tomorrow with the internal work. And this set is what we're going to practice for the next 8 weeks, twice a week. So don't worry if something's not 100% clear right now. I don't expect it to be. Just this nice and easy, open and close. It's all we want to pay attention to right now. Tomorrow I'm going to talk about a little bit what we're doing with the internal work, with the breath, and with the energy. I'll see you then. Thank you.